Hey, what's up guys? I'm Brian, and today we're going to be doing a lasagna on the grill. Alright guys, so before we jump into this recipe, I just want to put a disclaimer out there that I am not a trained chef by any means. I'm an avid griller and a huge food enthusiast. I will grill outside all year round, whether if it's a 35-degree February day or it's 100 degrees out. That being said, all of these recipes can be translated to your oven inside your house. It doesn't have to just be on your grill outside. That's just what I enjoy doing. So let's jump right into this. So this lasagna is non-traditional. It's the Italian-American version. This is a lasagna that is going to be a ricotta base, not a traditional bechamel base like lasagna usually has. Alright guys, so you can see that I have my grill preheating right now. I have a large 6.5 quart Dutch oven preheating over here, and I do have some grill grates in place over here. I am an avid user of grill grates. I love these. They're my go-to. They're one of my favorite things to use. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw a pound of some hot Italian sausage on the grill. And you can use sweet Italian sausage. It doesn't have to be hot Italian. Or use a little bit of both. But I just like to grill these off really quick because I think it gives a nice texture and it also adds a little bit of a grilled element to the dish overall, which I really like. Alright, so I went ahead and I threw my 1 pound of ground beef into my Dutch oven here. So we just want that to brown before we do anything else. You can see we're getting some good color over here on our sausages. So I just want some nice even browning. I want to build texture here. I want some crusty bits. I don't want it to be mushy. So we're going for texture. All right. So while everything is moving forward on the grill right now, we're going to start with our aromatics, our veggies, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to dice up a large yellow onion, and we're going to dice up some garlic. All right, so I'm going to start with the yellow onion, and we're going for kind of a small dice on this. And a little trick I like to do is to leave the root end on, and it makes chopping this a lot easier, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So we're looking for about a cup and a half of this. Not looking for a ton, and it varies. If you want a little bit more, do a little bit more. If you want less, have a little bit less. Alright, so things are looking really good over on the grill right now. We're getting some nice browning. I don't know if you can see that. And these are all looking good. I want a little bit more char on these though. They're not completely to my liking. Some of these back ones here. But I think what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to add my onions to this. And let my onions cook down a little bit. Okay, onions are in. Let our onions sweat a little bit here. Cook down. Let everybody get to know each other here. And we're getting a nice fond on the bottom of the pan as well, which will deglaze later with some white wine. But first, before we do that, we're going to add about 1/4 of a cup of tomato paste. Let that melt in. Let all those flavors do their thing before we go ahead and add our tomato sauce. That's looking good. Get yourself a good high quality tomato sauce. These are San Marzano tomatoes, whole peeled San Marzano tomatoes. And I like these because you're a little bit more in control of your sauce with this, how chunky you want it, how smooth you want it. If you want to get the tomato puree, that's fine too. But this is just a little bit, you're in the driver's seat kind of thing. So I like these a little bit more. So I like it a little chunky. These are going to break down anyways, so you don't have to worry too much. Oh yeah, this is looking great. This is going to be a nice red sauce. So let's go ahead and cover this up. We'll let that simmer for a little bit before we go ahead and put our garlic in, and we'll be all set. Okay guys, and I completely forgot, the other thing that you want to add to this before anything else is 2 tablespoons of your favorite Italian seasoning. Which seems like a lot, but don't forget that this is going to be going into a whole sheet pan of lasagna. So we want that to cook down. Okay. Now we're looking good. Now things are rolling. Okay. Here we go. Alright guys, so the next thing I'm going to do is chop up about 4 cloves of garlic. These are a little on the larger side, so I might just actually do 3 of these. And it doesn't have to be, this perfect dice, because these are pretty much just going to melt away. But you just want to make sure that you get all that paper off. Okay, back over here at the grill. Yeah, we're picking up some really nice color on this sausage now. This is really looking good. This is how I like it. Let's see how things are rolling over here. Yeah, we got some good bubbling going over here. I think we're ready to add our garlic as well. I think the garlic can go in here. And you see over here, there's a little bit of flare-ups happening on some of these. And that's good, you want that. Because that means that the fat is dripping down and it's hitting the flame and it's coming back up and it's creating more flavor. We're going to go ahead and add our garlic. And again, it looks like a lot, but remember, this has to flavor the entire lasagna. Oh yeah. This smells amazing even outside. Even on this windy day. That's insane to me. Alright, we want this to cook a little bit more. Alright guys, so we are very close to being done with our sauce. It's bubbling away, it's looking really good. But what we need to do is add a braising liquid. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw in 2 cups of beef stock. We want to do about 1/2 cup of white wine. Save that for later. And then we're going to throw in about 1/2 cup, half and half. And that's going to lighten things up. Give it a creaminess. And then that's it. We're going to sit here and we're going to let this reduce. And in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to take our sausage off, and then we're going to throw that in our sauce and let everything just cook the rest of the way together. It's going to be delicious. These have great color on them. I'm really happy with these. Alright guys, so we made it to the ricotta cheese portion of everything, and we're going to start that off with 2 pounds of whole milk ricotta. So the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to use some of this pre-sliced fresh mozzarella. And this stuff is really convenient. It takes a little bit of the work out of things. I like it. And I'm going to put some Parmesan cheese inside. We're just going to give this a mix. And this is going to be a topping for the very top of our lasagna. So the rest of this, we're going to go ahead and transfer this to our bowl here. Put the rest of our Parmesan. More Italian seasoning, 1 tablespoon. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to chop up some fresh herbs here. We want about 2 tablespoons of fresh basil here. And we want this mixed pretty finely. If you get some of the stems in, that's fine. Alright, so here's the thing about ricotta blend. There's a lot of moisture in here. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to add 2 eggs to this. It's going to act as a binder. And this will ensure that there's no, it doesn't get soupy at the end, which is what you don't want. So I'm just going to crack 2 eggs. And I'm going to whisk these. Use a fork if you have one. This just go right into our ricotta mixture here. And we'll just give it a mix. Alright guys, well we made it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to assemble everything now. So I'm just going to say that we're going to use a quarter of our sauce each time that we ladle it in. And we're going to use half of our ricotta each time that we spoon it in. So this 4 times, this 2 times. So it's a little confusing, so we'll just dive right into it. So we're going to go ahead and use a quarter of our red sauce. So let's just throw that right in there. And then, like I had mentioned before, we have these no-bake noodles. So we're just going to lay these out. And if they overlap a little bit, it's fine. It's not a big deal. When you get to the end here, you can just size them up and try to break them. Right? And then we're going to go again with red sauce. And we're going to spoon in half of our ricotta. And then you can just kind of spread this around nice and evenly. The sauce is going to do a good job of making sure that it warms up and it becomes a little more spreadable. Alright, so we're coming in with our pasta again. Then we're doing more meat sauce. And we're going to do the rest of our ricotta. And our noodles again. And yes, I switched out the noodles because I ran out of the old ones. I hope these ones break a little bit easier than the other ones. Okay. And finally, the rest of our sauce. A little straggler here. And then that cheese mixture we were talking about. That's going to go right on top. All right, so this is gonna get covered with aluminum foil, and it's gonna go onto our grill for about 45 minutes, and then we're gonna take a look at it, and then we're gonna uncover it, cook it for maybe an additional 45 minutes until we get some nice browning and bubbling on top. All right, guys, we're here. We made it. We're all done. We have a delicious looking lasagna here from the grill. I uncovered this after 45 minutes, and I put it in for another 30 minutes, I would say. But I've let it sit for about 10-15 minutes now. I really can't wait any longer. I have to dig in. All right, I am a fan of the corner piece. Might be a little too early to pull this thing out, but I might destroy this first piece, but I don't care. I'm hungry, and this looks and smells absolutely delicious. So I'm just going for it. Okay, this actually looks delicious. I didn't wait long enough for this to set up completely, so it is a little, it's loose. It's fine though. But I really need to dig into this. Oh man. You know, you're really getting that grilled element that we were going for initially. Noodles are tender, perfect. The no boil noodles, ready to bake noodles, you know, say what you will about them, but they're phenomenal. I love them. They're my favorite thing. And then you have the red sauce. I mean, see, there's some crunch but it's the cheese. It's good. It's not the noodles, it's the cheese. And that's from taking the foil off, putting it back in, and just letting it really thicken up. And the sausage. I mean, it adds a nice spice element to it. It's great. If you do this, let it sit for longer. I couldn't wait. I obliterated my first piece. I'm gonna let the whole thing cool and I'll slice it up. This is perfect for meal prep, and this is what me and my wife are gonna do. You know, we have a new baby at home now, so we're really looking for meals to have during the week. So this is perfect to slice it up, put individual portions, throw them in the oven, and cook them, warm them through for 20-30 minutes, and you have a quick, easy, already done meal during the week after work. So this is definitely one that I recommend. It's super delicious. It's super easy. Do this on a Saturday or a Sunday, and you're all set. All right, guys. Well, that's my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe lasagna was kind of a big undertaking for my first YouTube video ever, but I had a lot of fun. This was great. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And until then, keep on grilling.